time machine, part one. I'm going to get into this time machine that they're doing and what they've been using for quite some time. And the Nazi Germany, Hitler was using this in Germany for quite some time, went to the Antarctic with it, and they were using this device. Let me get into what it is, first of all. This device is the size of 2 suitcases. I looked at the patents on this thing, and it is a small but very powerful fission system. And it actually is able to, has a quantum computing system in it as well. And it's actually able to access parallel universes. And I'm going to go into the membrane worlds that it's actually accessing. And everybody wants to know the parallel universes don't have to be black holes at all. This didn't specify anything with interdimensional portholes or anything. It said it was using basically this technology to access the nine dimensions of the membrane world. We only see 3. And explain that light has a lot to do with being able to see these other dimensions. Light, if it's not reaching that area, you're not going to be able to do any space travel. You're not going to be able to see anything if the light doesn't get there. Well, anyway, this device basically sends out very, very strong emissions of a nuclear energy. Nuclear pulses is what it sends out into space. And it uses a quantum system. It's very similar to CERN system. But basically the quantum computer chip in that it's using stores information in magnetic fields, and these magnetic fields are all in 1s and 0s, which are all like 1 might have a spin going one direction, the 0 going a spin in the opposite direction. But anyway, it uses a similar system to CERN's quantum system, but it was accessing these membrane worlds that are out there, and the things that we were able to see was 10 hours in advance. Seeing these future worlds that coexist with ours. We are not tuned to the wavelength of these planets. And they explain that some of these planets they're accessing are there's so many of them out there. It's just there's 200 trillion other galaxies out there. 200 trillion. So it's endless. And like I said again, this device and everything was used during World War I and World War II. The Navy seized a lot of it, and the Nordics were basically working with the Nazis, and they seized a lot. The Navy is actually working with the Nordics now on all kinds of programs and stuff, and I'm not going to get into the whole scope of the Nordics, but anyway, and Project High Jump is one of the programs that they infiltrated. The Navy infiltrated the Nazis and Hitler and confiscated some of this stuff and some of the Bell technology, so I'm not going to get into that. But let's focus in on this device again, like I'm saying. It's just really amazing. Some of the other agencies, the National Reconnaissance Office, I'm sure the CIA, other agencies, Department of Naval Intelligence has it. Everyone's got a piece of the rock. But this device, like I said, can see 10 hours, maybe a day in advance. It's not physical travel, they just used it to get ahead like the adversaries, to get an edge on the adversaries, their enemies. They can see 10 hours before they're going to do shit. That's how they defeated some of them. But this device was very compact and had sensing devices on it. It senses your energy and send it out into space. It had these little panels, like hand grip panels where your hands with little holes on the panels. Your hands would go over the panels, and it would send your energy through this nuclear device out, and actually would come back as a film. The picture would come back on screen. It didn't get into the delay on it. It said something about 10 minutes. It was like time shifted. The device was time shifted, and was able to basically, with this system, is you could actually slow space-time down, increase space-time. It was time shifted, so 10 minutes on for a for a field effect of reading into the future would be an hour. So 10 minutes of your time would actually be an hour that would pass. It's time shifting. So it's amazing. A lot of the saucers are also time shifted too as well. I can get into that too. Time is altered and stopped once you're in this device. And I'll get into a little more about mass dilation, how that works, and it's all celestial navigation. I took some of that shit when I was in school, get into time dilation, mass increase, and all that shit. But anyway, the report said it was time shifted, and like I said, they had a way to affect time and space. And this device was working on a quantum level as well. And it had a small nuclear core in it as well, the way it worked. It had actually similar to Project Galileo, it had a lensing system and a gravity amplifier where all the energy was focused through this lens, and the amplifier was tuned to the frequency of that targeting area that they were hitting in the membrane world in outer space, and they were targeting these membrane worlds. We call them in the parallel universes. So very fascinating in itself. I'm going to sign a little bit. You get the gist of the program. It was very, 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 very quiet. No one talked about it too much, but they were using it. And some of this shit was incorporated into other things, into different space programs too. They used this stuff under, like I said, I saw some stuff